Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host 𝙒𝙖𝙩𝙨 Iyer. Today we have with us Sri M.R. Venkatesh, or I should rather say Dr. M.R. Venkatesh. I have to make this a habit. He is a PhD now and he needs to be addressed as Dr. M.R.V. or Dr. M.R. Venkatesh. And we are going to talk about the recent developments in the 2G's case where A.Raja has been summoned on a particular corruption case of 5 crores or so. And more importantly, now the CBI has claimed that it has filed the charge sheet in a higher court than what was ruled in the 𝙒𝙗𝙬 court. To understand this, is this a red herring or is it something like, just for time pass, the BJP government is trying to get some brownie points saying that, oh, look, we are also working on corruption. To understand all this, let's hear from our expert, Dr. M.R. Venkatesh. Dr. M.R.V., namaskaram and welcome to PGurus channel, sir.
Namaskar, sir. Namaskar. Thank you for inviting me into the PGurus channel on this very wonderful morning. Sir, my take on this is that the BJP government at the center has got several achievements to its credit. It has done phenomenally well in several spheres, of which I am a great fan. But even I am compelled to concede one fact, that their willingness to fight corruption, especially corruption committed by the Congress, exceeds the ability of my mother to learn Bharatanatyam at an advanced age. So this government's failure in terms of fighting black money, corruption, and many such associated issues that propelled it to power has been a remarkable failure. I don't know for what reason, but even take the 2G case, which created the atmosphere for this government to come into its existence. And it was one of those reasons that Modi was seen as somebody who would pivot on the anti-corruption platform and come to power, and it did happen. Of which the 2G case, the coal case came subsequently, but the 2G was the primary one which we all were keenly involved and awaited the results. This is despite the Supreme Court coming to the finding that 122 licenses were tainted by fraud. All it let the lower court do is to find out whether Raja was involved, or Kanimuri was involved, or Mr. Iyer was involved, or Mr. Venkatesh was involved. That was what the whole issue was about. It was like a murder being committed. And they have found out, yes, this man is murdered. Whether the man in the room committed the murder or not was the question that was to be done or investigated, and the courts had to answer this question. The CBI was reluctant even during 2014, up to 2014 for obvious reasons. The 2014, post-2014, we all expected consequent to a regime change that the CBI would be acting with dexterity. I would say that 𝙒𝙗𝙬 makes a honest confession. He says nobody made a serious effort into nailing the culprits. And Raja and the entire set of people were exonerated. And this is the most shocking part, that the CBI, the prosecuting agencies were lambasted by the then judge. Now, you have to hold it in highest esteem that the judge gave it in the right spirit. And after which, this judgment came in 2017. We are in 2022, this last quarter of 2022. 5 years have elapsed. There is no seriousness on part of the BJP government to take this matter for appeal in the Delhi High Court. And in between, I must tell the viewers that the BJP government has done something phenomenal. They have diluted the Prevention of Corruption Act. The extraordinary judgment of Justice Ravindra Bhatt, the then judge of Delhi High Court, now the Supreme Court judge, was brilliantly given in the Runu Ghosh matter, wherein 13(1)(d)(3), which is the main section under which many of these people were charged, has been removed from the statute books or diluted or mutilated, whatever you call it, in such a fashion that one of the key arguments of Raja now is that, look, this section, according to you, is not there in the statute books today. So had it not been there then, I would not even have been charged, and no FIR would have been filed against me.
I think
And
you
there
meant
are,
had it been there. Sir, I think you meant had it been there.
no, this new section,
Yeah, new
had this
section.
new section 13(1)(d)(3) in the new avatar been there, then they would
Yes,
not even
yes.
charge me. Now
Right.
you are charging me under the old section, which no longer exists today. And there are umpteen number of Supreme Court judgments which their side lawyers are pointing out that if a law is diluted or a law changes, you cannot hold on, and even till the person is held guilty, till the date on which he is guilty, you can come and plead this. The law has changed, so there is no offense today. If there is no offense today, there is no offense that day. And that is how courts have interpreted. Now, all this points out that again and again, that this whole thing is going to go to nowhere. It's a train to nowhere. Now the BJP government is also under tremendous pressure because the cadres, especially people like you, inconvenient channels like you, are asking this question: what happened to the corruption cases? So the BJP government has to do something. You know, the African tribal chief, when there is no rain for days together, he calls the people and says, there is no rain, I will do something to get you rain. So he does, the tribal chief does the rain dance. And everybody is happy, whether there is rain or not. He says, look, I have danced. What else do you expect me to do? So this 5 crore charge sheet on Mr. Raja, which is, I think, an affront to his character. I would say that the man is being charge sheeted for only 5 crores, shows the ability of, or the inability of our prosecuting agencies on a disproportionate case after 8.5 years. Even to a person like me who is not a DMK supporter, shows that this is basically a case which is created for reasons other than which is legally justified. 8.5 years later, you come with a disproportionate case is hilarious, to say the least. Hilarious. All that I can say is, if only 5.5 crores after 8.5 years of your investigation by your premier agency, Raja must be awarded some sort of a Bharat Ratna, and his statue must be put in the marina for being the most honest man. And I make no bones about it. I think the Prime Minister must take the CBI to task for such a shoddy work after 8.5 years. And if they are done for political reasons, I think it is better that the BJP government is well advised to withdraw this case.
You have less fallout that way.
Yeah, at least you have a less fallout. Only probability, which is a remote probability, they want to leverage with Mr. Raja, which I don't think so is going to happen.
Well, strange that the numbers are so puny compared to the original corruption amounts. MRVG, I have heard Dr. Subramaniam Swamy mention this in several platforms about how the loot was close to 60,000 crores. Whenever it happened, 2007, 8, 9, that year times, whenever it happened. And that 60,000 crores was distributed in the following ways. 36,000 crores went to Sonia Gandhi family, 15,000 crores went to Karunanidhi family, 5,000 crores to Mr. P. Chidambaram. By the way, he's not even named. Amazing, amazing. Only in India you will see this thing. And 3,000 crores went to Raja. The remaining 1,000 crores was distributed among all the IAS officers who are partners in putting up all these things. Now, these numbers, Dr. Swamy has claimed that these were mentioned by Mr. Raja to him, saying that, sir, I only took 3,000 crores and I had to go to jail. So, look at the amount of money these people are sloshing about, guys. If they like your house, too bad for you. They'll say, I need this house, and they'll give you half the market price. It is just that you should have a kataksh, say that, oh, look, my house was so good that a Palana minister came and gave me half price and bought it from me. That is what is happening, especially in places like Tamil Nadu. I have so many people, sir, they have done a scientific, anyway, that's a different topic. We'll talk about it later. You're going to say something. Please go ahead, sir.
No, this matter of the BJP, we must understand. Even between 2009 and 2011, when the 2G scam exploded, people like Swamy went to the courts, Jayalalitha took to the streets, and 2008 onwards, it was a very important matter in Tamil TV channels. In fact, I was one of those who was always participating in those channels. 2009, Jayalalitha put in the ADMK manifesto at 60,000 crores as the loss arising out of 2G. That was a number that was put in the ADMK manifesto then. Why do I say all these things? Is at the time you will find that the remarkable silence of the BJP in the Rajya Sabha debates. I'm not talking about Lok Sabha. The Rajya Sabha members of the BJP were very, very silent between 9 and 11 in terms of raising anything on the 2G. After the CAG report came in, after the whole thing exploded, the BJP started to virtue signal and try to say that, look, we want this Manmohan Singh government to go. The only reason I can think is that there was a confluence of all political parties, major political parties. Of course, the kingpin was in the Mount Road of Madras. That's a separate thing. And only thing that gives me solace as a Tamilian was usually the Tamil parties used to pay a sidekick to the heartland parties in corruption. This was one corruption case where the Dravidian party was the centrifugal force and the nationalist parties were reduced to playing the role of a cheerleader. That gives me immense satisfaction as a Tamilian. But be that as it may, the most important thing is the manner in which the BJP conducted itself. In fact, many of its top-notch leaders were there in the Rajya Sabha till 2011. They would not make much of a noise. After 2011, they would not debate it. They only wanted Raja to be arrested. Raja was arrested in 2012, and after which the momentum shifted out of their hands and went into the Supreme Court. And then it was Dr. Swamy and others who got the entire license cancelled. Then they had to necessarily charge sheet Raja. And by 2012 May, Kanimudi was arrested, and the event started flowing beyond their control. And then they made a huge capital out of it. But even today, all the corporate executives, all the political leaders who were involved in the scam are exonerated by Saini, and for which I would personally hold that the BJP did not show enough seriousness. The reason why they did not show enough seriousness is for anybody to guess, but that brings back to my original topic that BJP government has several credits, and I would salute them for what they have done, but definitely let them not tom-tom about fighting corruption. Corruption is not their forte. In the sense, fighting corruption. Corruption, I wouldn't say that. I would say fighting corruption definitely is not their forte. In fact, you will recall, Mr. Iyer, the first decision of the Union Cabinet in 2014 May was to form an SIT to fight black money. Now, this SIT was formed, and two honorable judges of the Supreme Court,
were appointed.
One was under the chairmanship of Mr. Shah was formed. Do you know they were not even given a proper office, no secretariat, nothing was done, and it has died its natural death. And Supreme Court got a lot of covers, and it said, that was a hilarious one also, people should know, that the CBI, IB, RAW, ED, all these people individually could not do nothing. So an SIT was formed with all these 12, 15 organizations, Revenue Secretary, all these people, DRI, CBI, ED, IB, RAW, all these people were brought into the SIT, and collectively they approved that individually they could do nothing, collectively they would not do anything, and SIT has died a very unsung natural death. Now, what happened to the black money issues? What happened to the corruption issues? What happened to the millions of dollars that was squashed and continue to be squashed away from India? Nothing of that sort has happened. And unfortunate, I would say that corruption has also ceased to exist from the common political lexicon. In fact, the Congress also doesn't talk about corruption against the BJP because it doesn't have the moral fiber. And the BJP uses selectively, like what it does, one charge sheet of 5 crores against Raja, so that the Iyers of the world are happy, but it does not impress the MRVs of the world. MRVs of the world say, sorry, this is for innocent people like Mr. Iyer to be going gaga about it, holding a show. We are totally unimpressed. Sorry, Mr. Modi, this cuts no ice with your hardcore fans.
Well, I can see in the comment section being filled up by Andhubucks and Gandhubucks of the certain IT wing of a certain party, because they will not want to have the truth come out. It doesn't matter. You can fill it up to my ear's content. I couldn't care less. But the truth will come out. And this has happened in the past. Satyameva Jayate. Truth always triumphs. That's in our flag. That's in our emblem. That is in our spirit. That is Sanatana Dharma. I don't care if somebody pulls wool over somebody's eyes, and if somebody is trying to set up Mr. A.Raja as a counterbalance to Mr. MK Stalin and say, okay, look, I will keep you in the limelight, just keep jumping up and down like a jack, and let us see if DMK's veneer diminishes a little. Doesn't matter, Mr. Dr. MRV. I'm here to do a job, and I'll do it to the best of my capacity. Again, am I disappointed? Of course I am disappointed. I'm disappointed that so many other people are still walking free. In fact, anyway, I can go on. I go on a rant very fast these days because I see no action anywhere. But Dr. MRV, thank you so much. This is early morning for you, most productive time of your day, and you set aside time to talk with us and share your thoughts. Once again, sir, namaskaram.
Namaste.
And viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. If you think that our research was good, please consider contributing to us using the super thanks button. Once again, namaskar and bye for now.
Namaskar.
Thank you.